he had the battle this year. And when we found out that his muscles were actually tearing away from his shins. And Mr. Carter and I talked that we had to shut him down for a couple weeks so we could play in the powder keg. I knew who was going to get this award. It was very, very simple. Ryan Waring has been, without a doubt, a man among boys. He battles. And you watched him on Saturday, had no idea how much pain he was in, but he continued to keep that back line set up. He battled, slide tackling, working hard against some pretty quick attackers. So it's our pleasure to give the Coach's Award to Ryan. Very quickly, the final 4 pieces of hardware go to the captains. It is very easy to lead when you are winning. It is not easy to lead when you are losing. I couldn't, and we couldn't have asked for a better group of guys to lead. Every day in and day out. They had great spirit, they were positive, even when we were in the midst of a 7th and 8th game losing streak. Even when we had gone and gotten thumped 10-0 by New Hampton the first time around. They continued to come out to practice. They pushed the other guys. They kept spirits high. The work rate was phenomenal at practice, and it's because of our 4 captains, Grayson Goulet, Trevor Frederick, Ryan Waring, and Owen McEwen. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Before I bring the team up, there are a number of folks that I'd like to thank. But in order for there to be a successful season, so many things need to come together, and I think that's why it's best to begin with thanks. So first and foremost, thank you to Ms. Briss and Mr. Santoro. Thank you for your help with everything from transportation to last-minute practice venue scheduling, to simply pulling aside a first-year head coach to offer words of encouragement. I greatly appreciate that. Thank you to Chuck and Pam and Pat for taking such fantastic care of our players. Thank you for rolling with our practice schedule changes. And thank you for showing just how much you care about our kids. Now, for all of you who know Mr. Carter, you know that he's pretty mellow guy. And that's what I had come to know Mr. Carter as well in my time here. Working with him through the first few games, kept to himself on the sideline, mercurial at times, but gave you all the info that you needed. Sort of the, yes, coach, we're thinking about this, and this is what we're going to do moving forward. Great, perfect, thank you, Chuck. That'll change when we get to the Proctor game, and I saw a fire inside of Mr. Carter when it came to defending his players, all of you. And it'll let me know just how great an advocate you all have right there next to your coaching staff. One of our players got hit near the sideline, and I'll tell you, faster than Mr. Carter, right up there, let the official know what he thought. I had never seen him speak to an official ever. It was polite. It was very Mr. Carter, but the volume, I had never heard him speak at this volume before. But he let that official know that we were here to protect our kids and to play the game the right way. And for that, I'm very thankful. Also, I'm quite thankful to our training staff for introducing Healthy Roster. It made life so much easier for me as a coach. There was no longer the Sunday purge where half of the team was, too sore to lift. So that made life a lot better. I know you guys are all thankful for that as well. I'd like to thank Mr. Barrett for taking such great care of everything from our uniforms and game day equipment, and oftentimes on game day, my personal sanity. Thank you for that. Our game day checklist, fantastic, and thank you for helping me create it. Thank you to Mr. Gilpatrick and Mr. Conrad for preparing the fields before every game and for breaking down the fields afterwards, which were tremendous. We often refer to our teams as family because throughout the course of a season, our shared memories and experiences supersede most all other bonds you have here on campus. Our season followed this narrative, and it took little time for us to truly become a family. And there are a number of reasons why. One of the main reasons we were able to become this tight-knit group is because of the tremendous support of our parents. In particular, I do want to thank Michelle Bolbeck for being our team mom, and I need to thank you 1,000 times over for everything you did to help get our kids fed and taken care of for all of our away games. Your work alongside so many other of our parents made all the difference in the world. On more than one occasion, home teams would come up to our post-game tailgate where our parents were there, making sure their kids had enough to eat, and they were wondering, was this the home team's meal? No. This is how we travel. This is how we roll. I think it was really capped this past weekend where for our pregame meal, Mrs. Fowler made 300 meatballs, cooked over 100 chicken cutlets, and also made 13 pounds of macaroni and cheese to feed our team. I think we finished all of it. Nice. That was impressive. I'd like to also thank our managers, Blaine and Maddie, for your efforts in supporting our team, making practices and games run smoothly. And also for laughing at my bad jokes and for the occasional bus ride sing-along. Shout out to Jacob Losardo for filming most of our games in tough conditions. And thank you to my assistant coaches. Coach Taylor is not here with us. He's currently down in Atlanta. He heard it was going to snow, so he took off. But thank you to the two behind me here. Transitioning in as a first-year head coach is certainly a challenge, and the coaching staff made it just that much easier. And I'm excited for the things that this group can help our football program do in the future. I'd like to now invite the members of the team up here, please. Okay. 5 wins, 3 losses. Not a bad season from a glance, certainly not what we had worked for or set out to accomplish in the start, but certainly nothing to hang our heads over either. Fortunately, the success of our season did not rest alone on our Saturday efforts. You see, our record and our family was built Monday through Friday. I mentioned earlier that our shared experiences helped make us a family. Another piece that brought us together was our list of shared core values: faith, respect, and determination. We chose them from a list at the start of the season. Mr. Ehrlich actually gave the faculty a pretty awesome list of values. And I borrowed this idea, and players, parents, and coaches took this or participated in a small activity. And the 3 common values were faith, respect, and determination. No matter where things were, winning or losing, we were always able to center ourselves and refocus. Faith, respect, and determination. If you had a chance to catch one of our games this year, I'm certain, and I hope, that you would have seen these values shine through in players and coaches alike. We also valued and adopted the mantra of process over product. We practice this mindset each week through our commitment cards, which highlighted each player's practice and game goals. They were also assigned an accountability buddy, and they were responsible for some sign of greeting. We had some pretty interesting and elaborate handshakes, some folks leaping into one another's arms, but lots of fun. We also held one another accountable on Wednesdays with our hill sprints. By the end of the season, we had done 58 of them.